everyone, it's Albie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a review for you. I think a lot of readers, especially historical readers, have joined the book club Historical Hellions, which is run by Jessica from Peace Love Books XL and Samantha from Books with Samantha. And the April pick was A Gentle Feuding by Johanna Lindsey. So the premise of Historical Hellions is to read historical romance novels that were published before the year 2000. So this work here was published in, I believe, 1984. Someone said on Goodreads it said 83, but I thought my printing said 84. Mine says May 84, and this is a first printing. Has the embossed raised lettering, and on my information page, or so to speak, it says it's a first edition. So sorry there's a glare, but really cool vintage cover. I love the artwork. I purposely bought the this version of it. I didn't need the first edition, but I just really like this cover. The new cover is really boring. It's just like a castle. So I like the clinch cover. I love the flowing red hair. Just really passionate. I don't even remember this scene in the book. Well, it must have been when they were like going in the water, because he's actually naked. I think they cut it off for the paperback, but I think in like the full picture of this artwork, I think you see his butt. So I think that's for the hardcover. But yes, so this was sort of my first traditional bodice ripper, and I follow a creator on TikTok, and they sort of devote their whole channel to historical romances, specifically bodice rippers. So it was sort of a unique experience. I would say if someone has either read the first book or so from Outlander, or they've seen the show of Outlander and can sort of work through some of the things that happen in that show with dramatic elements and so forth and themes, I think they'd be all right reading a bodice ripper. So it's very different from, I think, the traditionally published historical romances. One thing I really noticed in the story was that our heroine Sheena, her beauty plays a large part of the story, and it's sort of almost like her main characteristic in a way. So I know there's been some actresses where I watch a lot of things that have actresses talking about interviews, and they'll talk about how they'll get scripts and they'll just turn them away if like one of the main things about the character they're asked to play is like her beauty. So it's like the beauty is like one of the main themes of this character. And in this book, I sort of think that was the case. I think beauty played a large part of historical romances from this sort of vintage era, and it was just different. So I think of like Bridgerton, the Bridgerton series, which those were published in like 2000 or 99, I think. And it was, you know, the beauty is secondary to the character and the character's motivation, whereas the beauty of Sheena was sort of pushed forward in the story, which was interesting. And there's just a lot of different things. One thing I didn't like was our hero James, aka Jamie. He is that very alpha male and brooding, and there's a lot of instances in the story where Sheena is literally scared of him and intimidated, and like things even says terrified, and you know, covering her face, afraid he's going to beat her or rape her. And you know, it's a lot to handle and read. So it's just a really different experience from, like, you know, I just finished this book as well. They are very different. So yeah, I think I do want to continue reading more of the bodice rippers, and I did like Johanna Lindsey's writing. It's just the plot was a little funky, and I got a good character development, but I just didn't get development of what I was sort of used to or wanted. Like, I would have liked to have Sheena have a little more interest. But it was a unique story, and it was it was so different. I don't know how to really explain it without kind of giving away things. But overall, I like this story. I gave it a 3.5 that I rounded to 4. And that was mostly just because some of the stuff made me uncomfortable and feel icky. And like the plot was just sort of like, I guess the whole premise was them to get married to end a feud. And so yeah, so the tropes for the book were marriage of convenience, captive, CAPTOR, I guess, so like sort of a kidnapping situation. We had the alpha male, and then I don't know if it's necessarily a theme, but I put bodiceripper as well. I just figured that's sort of what this is. It's historical romance, but it's more in this bodiceripper era. I mean, literally, her bodice is like coming unsinged or coming unhooked on the cover, so you sort of know what you're getting into. The spice for the book was, I give it a 2. There wasn't like a lot of sex scenes in the story, and they weren't really graphic. If it was, I really missed out a lot in the last part of the book, but just wasn't that spicy, which surprised me. It's just had a lot of like cowering and being afraid of Jamie, and that was just sort of, you know, different experience. But overall, I did enjoy the story. I would read more works by Johanna Lindsey. I know she has a Viking series, and I've desperately wanted to read a Viking romance with the whole, I think it's called The Northman. Just came out to theater with Anya Taylor-Joy and Alexander Skarsgård. I know that's not a romance, but you know, you kind of get that Viking vibe and hunger for a Viking romance. So I want to try to read one of those or find another good Viking romance. I've been talking about it for like 5 months, so hopefully I find one soon. But yeah, that was just sort of my quick review, or quick-ish review, of A Gentle Feuding by Johanna Lindsey. I'm not mad that I read it. It was a good story. It just wasn't my favorite. I'm excited to watch and write in, I guess, to the book club meeting tomorrow and see what others had to say, and sort of go off of there and have fun discussions. I'm excited to finally read a book of the book club and sort of be ready for it. And I went ahead and bought May's book as well. If you want to know which books to get, I would say follow Historical Hellions on Instagram. I'll try to link it in my description box. And I know for May, it is, I believe it's called Texas Destiny by Lorraine Heath. And I went ahead and bought my copy on Amazon, so it'll be here like Monday. So that's exciting. I can get that ready for my TBR for May. Hard to believe. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining me for my video today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, as well as comment. Let me know, do you like to read vintage historical romances? Do you like bodicerippers? What are some that I should pick up and read? If there's any that are really, really good, or you think I should review for my channel, let me know, and I'll try to get that uploaded for everyone soon. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.